Hi there, I'm your imaginary friend, and what I have for you right now is a play by Lord Dunsany. As always, try to bear in mind that sometimes an author will include something in their work that at the time of writing seemed fine to them. It's not always fine. This play is called The Gods of the Mountain. The first act, outside a city wall. 3 beggars are seated upon the ground.
These days are bad for beggary.
They are bad. Some evil has befallen the rich ones of this city. They take no joy any longer in benevolence, but are become sour and miserly at heart. Alas for them! I sometimes sigh for them when I think of this.
Alas for them! A miserly heart must be a sore affliction.
A sore affliction indeed, and bad for our calling.
They have been thus for many months. What thing has befallen them?
Some evil thing. There has been a comet come near to the earth of late, and the earth has been parched and sultry so that the gods are drowsy, and all those things that are divine in man, such as benevolence, drunkenness, extravagance, and song, have faded and died, and have not been replenished by the gods.
It has indeed been sultry.
I have seen the comet o' nights. The gods are drowsy.
If they awake not soon, and make this city worthy again of our order, I, for one, shall forsake the calling, and buy a shop, and sit at ease in the shade, and barter for gain.
You will keep a shop? Enter Agmar and Slag. Agmar, though poorly dressed, is tall, imperious, and older than Ulf. Slag follows behind him.
Is this a beggar who speaks? Yes, master, a poor beggar. How long has the calling of beggary existed? Since the building of the first city, master. And when has a beggar ever followed a trade? When has he ever haggled and bartered and sat in a shop? Why, he has never done so. Are you he that shall be first to forsake the calling? Times are bad for the calling here.
They are bad.
So you would forsake the calling? The city is unworthy of our calling. The gods are drowsy, and all that is divine in man is dead. Are not the gods drowsy?
They are drowsy in their mountains away at Marma. The 7 green idols are drowsy. Who is this that rebukes us?
Are you some great merchant, master? Perhaps you will help a poor man that is starving.
My master a merchant? No. He is no merchant. My master is no merchant. I perceive that he is some lord in disguise. The gods have woken and sent him to save us. No. You do not know my master. You do not know him.
Is he the Soldan self that has come to rebuke us?
I am a beggar, and an old beggar. There is none like my master. No traveler has met with cunning like to his, not even those that come from Ethiopia.
We make you welcome to our town, upon which an evil has fallen, the days being bad for beggary.
Let none who has known the mystery of roads, or has felt the wind arising new in the morning, or who has called forth out of the souls of men divine benevolence, ever speak any more of any trade or of the miserable gains of shops and the trading men. I but spoke hastily, the times being bad. I will put right the times. There is nothing that my master cannot do. Be silent and attend to me. I do not know this city. I have traveled from far, having somewhat exhausted the city of Akara. My master was 3 times knocked down and injured by carriages there. Once he was killed, and 7 times beaten and robbed, and every time he was generously compensated. He had 9 diseases, many of them mortal. Be silent, Slag. Have you any thieves among the calling here?
We have a few that we call thieves here, master, but they would scarcely seem thieves to you. They are not good thieves.
I shall need the best thief you have.
Enter two citizens richly clad, Ilinon and Urander.
Therefore we will send galleons to Ardaspes.
Right to Ardaspes, through the silver gates.
Agmar transfers the thick handle of his long staff to his left armpit. He droops onto it, and it supports his weight. He is upright no longer. His right arm hangs limp and useless. He hobbles up to the citizens, imploring alms.
I'm sorry I cannot help you. There have been too many beggars here, and we must decline alms for the good of the town.
I've come from far.
Ilinon presently returns and gives Agmar a coin. Exit Ilinon. Agmar, erect again, walks back to the others.
We shall need fine raiment. Let the thief start at once. Let it rather be green raiment.
I will go and fetch the thief.
We will dress ourselves as lords and impose upon the city.
Yes, yes. We will say we are ambassadors from a far land.
And there will be good eating.
But you do not know my master. Now that you have suggested that we shall go as lords, he will make a better suggestion. He will suggest that we should go as kings.
Beggars as kings?
Aye, you do not know my master.
What do you bid us do?
You shall first come by the fine raiment, in the manner I have mentioned.
And what then, master?
Why, then we shall go as gods.
As gods?
As gods. Know you the land through which I have lately come in my wanderings? Marma, where the gods are carved from green stone in the mountains. They sit all 7 of them against the hills. They sit there, motionless, and travelers worship them.
Yes, we know those gods. They are much reverenced here, but they are drowsy and send us nothing beautiful.
They are of green jade. They sit cross-legged, with their right elbows resting on their left hands, the right forefinger pointing upward. We will come into the city disguised from the direction of Marma, and will claim to be these gods. We must be 7 as they are, and when we sit, we must sit cross-legged as they do, with the right hand uplifted.
This is a bad city in which to fall into the hands of oppressors, for the judges lack amiability here, as the merchants lack benevolence, ever since the gods forgot them.
In our ancient calling, a man may sit at one street corner for 50 years, doing the one thing, and yet a day may come when it is well for him to rise up and do another thing, while the timorous man starves.
Also, it were well not to anger the gods.
Is not all life a beggary to the gods? Do they not see all men always begging of them and asking alms with incense and bells and subtle devices?
Yes, all men are beggars before the gods.
Does not the mighty Soldan often sit by the agate altar in his royal temple, as we sit at a street corner or by a palace gate?
It is even so.
Then will the gods be glad when we follow the holy calling with new devices and with subtlety, as they are glad when the priests sing a new song.
Yet I have a fear.
Go you into the city before us, and let there be a prophecy there, which saith that the gods who are carven from green rock in the mountain shall one day arise in Marma, and come here in the guise of men.
Yes, master. Shall I make the prophecy myself, or shall it be found in some old document?
Let someone have seen it once, in some rare document. Let it be spoken of in the marketplace.
It shall be spoken of, master.
Slag lingers. Enter Thief and Than.
This is our thief.
Ah, he's a quick thief.
I could only procure you 3 green raiments, master. The city is not now well supplied with them. Moreover, it is a suspicious city, and without shame for the baseness of its suspicions. This is not thieving. I could do no more, master. I have not practiced thieving all my life.
You have got something. It may serve our purpose. How long have you been thieving?
I stole first when I was 10. When he was 10?
We must tear them up and divide them amongst the 7. Bring me another beggar.
When my master was 10, he had already slipped by night out of 2 cities.
Out of 2 cities?
In his native city, They do not know what became of the golden cup that stood in the lunar temple.
Yes, into 7 pieces.
We will each wear a piece of it over our rags.
Yes. Yes, we shall look fine. That is not the way we shall disguise ourselves. Not cover our rags. No, no. The first who looked closely would say, "These are only beggars. They've disguised themselves."
What shall we do?
Each of the 7 shall wear a piece of the green raiment underneath his rags, and peradventure here and there little shall show through. And men shall say, "These 7 have disguised themselves as beggars, but we know not what they be."
Hear my wise master.
He is a beggar.
He is an old beggar.
The second act, the Metropolitan Hall of the city of Congress, citizens, etc. Enter the 7 beggars with green silk under their rags.
Who are you, and whence come you? Who may say what we are, and whence we come?
What are these beggars, and why do they come here?
Who said to you that we are beggars?
Why do these men come here?
Who said to you that we are men?
Now, by the moon!
My sister.
What?
My little sister.
Our little sister, the moon. She comes to us in evenings, away in the mountains of Marma. She trips over the mountains when she's young. When she's young and slender, she comes and dances before us. And when she's old and unshapely, she hobbles away from the hills.
Yet is she young again and forever nimble with youth. Yet she comes dancing back. The years are not able to curb her, nor to bring grey hairs to her brethren.
This is not wanted.
It is not in accordance with custom.
Prophecy hath not thought it.
She comes to us new and nimble, remembering olden times. It were well that prophets should come and speak to us.
This hath not been in the past. Let prophets come. Let prophets speak to us of future things.
The beggars seat themselves upon the floor in the attitude of the 7 gods of Marma.
I heard men speak today in the marketplace. They speak of a prophecy read somewhere of old. It says the 7 gods shall come from Marma in the guise of men.
Is this a true prophecy?
It is all the prophecy we have. Man without prophecy is like a sailor going by night over uncharted seas. He knows not where are the rocks, nor where the havens. To the man on watch, all things ahead are black, and the stars guide him not, for he knows not what they are.
Should we not investigate this prophecy?
Let us accept it. It is as the small, uncertain light of a lantern, carried it may be by a drunkard, but along the shore of some haven. Let us be guided.
It may be that they are but benevolent gods.
There is no benevolence greater than our benevolence.
Then we need do little. They portend no danger to us.
There is no anger greater than our anger.
Let us make sacrifice to them if they be gods.
We humbly worship you, if you be gods.
You are mightier than all men, and hold high rank among other gods, and are lords of this our city, and have the thunder as your plaything, and the whirlwind and the eclipse, and all the destinies of human tribes, if ye be gods.
Let the pestilence not fall at once upon this city, as it had indeed designed to. Let not the earthquake swallow it all immediately up amid the howls of the thunder. Let not infuriated armies overwhelm those that escape, if we be gods.
If we be gods. Come, let us sacrifice.
Bring lambs! Quick! Quick!
This god is a very divine god.
He is no common god.
Indeed, he has made us.
He will not punish us, master. None of the gods will punish us. We will make a sacrifice, a good sacrifice. We will sacrifice a lamb that the priests have blessed.
Master, you are not wroth with us?
Who may say what cloudy dooms are rolling up in the mind of the eldest of the gods? He's no common god like us. Once a shepherd went by him in the mountains, and doubted as he went. He sent a doom after that shepherd.
Master, we have not doubted.
And the doom found him on the hills at evening.
It shall be a good sacrifice, master.
Re-enter with a dead lamb and fruits. They offer the lamb on an altar where there is fire, and fruits before the altar.
That leg is not being cooked at all. It is strange that the gods should be thus anxious about the cooking of a leg of lamb.
It is strange, certainly.
Almost I had said it was a man spoke then.
Strange, certainly.
Is it then strange that the gods love roasted flesh? For this purpose they keep the lightning. When the lightning flickers about the limbs of men, there comes to the gods in Marma a pleasant smell, even a smell of roasting. Sometimes the gods, being pacific, are pleased to have roasted instead the flesh of lamb. It is all one to the gods. Let the roasting stop.
No, no, gods of the mountain. No. Quick, let us offer the flesh to them. If they eat, all is well.
They offer it. The beggars eat, all but Agmar, who watches.
One who is ignorant, one who did not know, had almost said that they ate like hungry men.
Hush! Yet they look as though they had not had a meal like this for a long time.
They have a hungry look.
I have not eaten since the world was very new, and the flesh of men was tenderer than now. These younger gods have learned the habit of eating from the lions.
O oldest of deities, partake, partake!
It is not fitting that such as I should eat. None eat but beasts and men, and the younger gods. The sun and the moon, and the nimble lightning, and I. We may kill, and we may madden, but we do not eat. If he but eat of our offering, he cannot overwhelm us.
O ancient deity, partake!
Enough, let it be enough, that these have condescended to this bestial and human habit.
And yet he is not unlike a beggar whom I saw not so long since.
But beggars eat.
Now I never knew a beggar yet who would refuse a bowl of Wolderi wine.
This is no beggar.
Nevertheless, let us offer him a bowl of Wolderi wine.
You do wrong to doubt him.
I do but wish to prove his divinity. I will fetch the Wolderi wine.
He will not drink. Yet if he does, then he will not overwhelm us. Let us offer him the wine.
It is Wolderi wine.
It is Wolderi. Goblet of Wolderi wine. Oh, blessed day.
Oh, happy times!
Oh, my wise master!
Ilanon takes the goblet. All the beggars stretch out their hands, including Agmar. Ilanon gives it to Agmar. Agmar takes it solemnly, and very carefully pours it upon the ground.
He spilt it. He has spilt it. It is a fitting libation. Our anger is somewhat appeased. But it was Wolderi. Master, I am childless, and I... Trouble us not now. It is the hour at which the gods are accustomed to speak to the gods in the language of the gods. And if man heard us, he would guess the futility of his destiny, which were not well for man. Begone. Begone.
Master,
begone.
Agmar takes up a piece of meat and begins to eat it. The beggars rise and stretch themselves. They laugh, but Agmar eats hungrily.
Ah, now we have come into our own.
now we have alms.
Master, my wise master, these are the good days, the good days. And yet I have a fear.
What do you fear?
There's nothing to fear. No man is as wise as my master. I fear the gods whom we pretend to be.
The gods? Come hither, Slag.
Yes, master.
Watch in the doorway while I eat. Sit in the attitude of a god. Warn me if any of the citizens approach.
Slag sits in the doorway in the attitude of a god, back to the audience.
But, master, shall we not have Waldery wine? We shall have all things, if only we are wise at first, for a little.
Master, do any suspect us?
We must be very wise.
But if we are not wise, master?
Why then death may come to us.
Oh, master!
Slowly.
All stir uneasily, except Slag, who sits motionless in the doorway.
Do they believe us, master?
Someone comes!
We shall soon know now.
All take up the attitude. Enter one loquitur.
I want the god that does not eat.
I am he.
Master, my child was bitten in the throat by a death adder at noon. Spare him, master. He still breathes, but slowly.
Is he indeed your child?
He is surely my child, master.
Was it your wont to thwart him in his play, while he was strong and well?
I never thwarted him, master.
Whose child is death?
Death is the child of the gods.
Do you, that never thwarted your child in his play, ask this of the gods?
Master!
Weep not, for all the houses that men have builded are the playfields of this child of the gods.
Is this indeed a man?
A man, and until just now, a hungry one.
The third act. Same room. A few days have elapsed. 7 thrones shaped like mountain crags stand along the back of the stage. On these the beggars are lounging. The thief is absent. Never had beggars such a time. Ah, the fruits and tender lamb.
The Waldery wine.
It was better to see my master's wise devices than to have fruit and lamb and Waldery wine. When they spied on him to see if he would eat when they went away, when they questioned him concerning the gods and man,
When they asked him why the gods permitted cancer.
ah, my wise master, how well his scheme has succeeded! How far away is hunger!
It is even like to one of last year's dreams, the trouble of a brief night long ago.
To see them pray to us!
When we were beggars, did we not speak as beggars? Did we not whine as they? Was not our mien beggarly?
We were the pride of our calling.
Then now that we are gods, let us be as gods, and not mock our worshippers.
I think that the gods do mock their worshippers.
The gods have never mocked us. We are above all pinnacles that we have ever gazed at in dreams.
I think that when man is high, then most of all are the gods wont to mock him. Master, I have been with those that know all and see all. I have been with the thieves, master. They know me for one of the craft, but they do not know me as being one of us.
Well,
There is danger, master. There is great danger.
you mean that they suspect we are men?
That they have long done, master. I mean that they will know it. Then we are lost.
Then they do not know it.
They do not know it yet, but they will know it, and we are lost.
When will they know it?
3 days ago, they suspected us.
More than you think suspected us, but have any dared to say so?
No, master.
Then forget your fears, my thief.
2 men went on dromedaries 3 days ago to see if the gods were still at Marma.
They went to Marma.
Yes, 3 days ago.
We're lost! They went 3 days ago.
Yes, on dromedaries.
They should be back today.
We're lost!
We are lost.
They must have seen the green jade idols sitting against the mountains. They will say, the gods are still at Marma, and we shall be burnt. My master will yet devise a plan.
Slip away to some high place and look toward the desert and see how long we have to devise a plan.
My master will find a plan. He has taken us into a trap.
His wisdom is our doom.
He will find a wise plan yet. It is too late.
It is too late!
The dromedary men are here.
We're lost.
Be silent. I must think.
They all sit still. Citizens enter and prostrate themselves. Agmar sits deep in thought.
2 holy pilgrims have gone to your sacred shrines, wherein you were wont to sit before you left the mountains. They return even now.
They left us here and went to find the gods. A fish once took a journey into a far country to find the sea.
Most reverend deity, their piety is so great that they have gone to worship even your shrines.
I know these men that have great piety. Such men have often prayed to me before, but their prayers are not acceptable. They little love the gods. Their only care is their piety. I know these pious ones. They will say that the 7 gods were still at Marma. They will lie and say that we were still at Marma. So shall they seem more pious to you all, pretending that they alone have seen the gods. Fools shall believe them, and shall share in their damnation.
Hush! You anger the gods. I'm not sure who I anger. Maybe they are the gods. Where are these men from Marma?
Here are the dromedary men. They're coming now.
The holy pilgrims from your shrine are come to worship you.
The men are doubters. How the gods hate the word. Doubt ever contaminated virtue. Let them be cast into prison and not besmirch your purity. Let them not enter here.
But oh, most reverend deity from the mountains, we also doubt. Most reverend deity.
You have chosen. You have chosen. And yet it is not too late. Repent and cast these men in prison, and it may not be too late. The gods have never wept. And yet, when they think upon damnation and the dooms that are withering a myriad bones, then almost, were they not divine, they could weep. Be quick, repent of your doubt.
Most reverend deity, it is a mighty doubt.
Nothing has killed him. They are not the gods.
You have a plan, my master. You have a plan.
Not yet, Slag.
These are the men that went to the shrines at Marma. Were the gods of the mountain seated still at Marma, or were they not there?
The beggars get up hurriedly from their thrones.
They were not there. They were not there.
Their shrines were empty.
Behold the gods of the mountain!
They have indeed come from Marma.
Come, let us go away to prepare a sacrifice. A mighty sacrifice to atone for our doubting, my most wise master.
No, Slag, I do not know what has befallen. When I went by Marma only 2 weeks ago, the idols of green jade were still seated there.
We are saved now.
Aye, we are saved. We are saved. But I do not how.
Never had beggars such a time.
I will go out and watch.
Yet I have a fear.
Fear? Why, we are saved.
Last night I dreamed.
What was your dream?
It was nothing. I dreamed that I was thirsty, and one gave me Wolderi wine. Yet there was a fear in my dream.
When I drink Wolderi wine, I'm afraid of nothing.
They are making a pleasant banquet ready for us. They are killing lambs, and girls are there with fruits, and there is to be much Wolderi wine.
Never had beggars such a time.
Do any doubt us now?
I do not know.
When will the banquet be?
When the stars come out.
Ah, it is sunset already. There will be good eating.
We shall see the girls come in with baskets upon their heads.
There will be fruits in the baskets.
All the fruits of the valley.
Oh, how long we have wandered along the ways of the world. Oh, how hard they were.
And how dusty.
And how little wine. How long we have asked and asked. And for how much?
We to whom all things are coming now at last.
I fear lest my art forsake me now that good things come without stealing.
You will need your art no longer.
The wisdom of my master shall suffice us all our days.
Enter a frightened man. He kneels before Agmar and abases his forehead.
Master, we implore you. The people beseech you.
Agmar and the beggars, in the attitude of the gods, sit silent.
Master, it is terrible. It is terrible when you wander in the evening. It is terrible on the edge of the desert in the evening. Children die when they see you. In the desert? When did you see us? Last night, Master. You were terrible last night. You were terrible in the gloaming. When your hands were stretched out,
and groping. You were feeling for the city.
Last night, you say?
You were terrible in the gloaming.
You yourself saw us.
Yes, master, you were terrible. Children, too, saw you. They died.
You say you saw us?
Yes, master. Not as you are now, but otherwise. We implore you, master, not to wander at evening. You are terrible in the gloaming.
You say we appeared not as we are now. How did we appear to you?
Otherwise, master. Otherwise.
But how did we appear to you?
Otherwise, master. Otherwise. You were all green, master. All green in the gloaming. All of rock, again as you used to be in the mountains. Master, we can bear to see you in flesh like men, but when we see rock walking, it's terrible. It is terrible.
That is how we appeared to you?
Yes, master. Rock should not walk. When children see it, they do not understand. Rock should not walk in the evening.
There have been doubters of late. Are they satisfied?
Master, they are terrified. Spare us, master.
It is wrong to doubt. Go and be faithful.
What have they seen, master?
They have seen their own fears dancing in the desert. They have seen something green after the light was gone, and some child has told them a tale that it was us. I do not know what they've seen. What should they have seen?
Something was coming this way from the desert, he said. What should come from the desert?
They are foolish people.
That man's white face has seen some frightful thing. A frightful thing? That man's face has been near to some frightful thing.
It is only we that have frightened them, and their fears have made them foolish.
Enter an attendant with a torch or lantern, which he places in a receptacle. Exit.
Now we shall see the faces of the girls when they come to the banquet.
Never had beggars such a time.
Hark! They're coming. I hear footsteps.
The dancing girls, they're coming.
There is no sound of flutes. They said they would come with music.
What heavy boots they have. They sound like feet of stone.
I do not like to hear their heavy tread. Those would dance to us must be light of foot.
I shall not smile at them if they are not airy.
They're coming very slowly. They should come nimbly to us.
They should dance as they come, but the footfall is like the footfall of heavy crabs.
I have a fear, an old fear and a boding. We have done ill in the sight of the 7 gods. Beggars we were, and beggars we should have remained. We have given up our calling and come in sight of our doom. I will no longer let my fear be silent. It shall run about and cry. It shall go from me crying like a dog from out of a doomed city. For my fear has seen calamity and has known an evil thing. Master!
Come, come.
They listen. No one speaks. The stony boots come on. Enter in single file through door in right of back, a procession of 7 green men. Even hands and faces are green. They wear green stone sandals. They walk with knees extremely wide apart, as having sat cross-legged for centuries. Their right arms and right forefingers point upward, right elbows resting on left hands. They stoop grotesquely. Halfway to the footlights, they left wheel. They pass in front of the 7 beggars, now in terrified attitudes, and 6 of them sit down in the attitude described, with their backs to the audience. The leader stands, still stooping.
Be still. They are dazzled by the light. They may not see us.
The leading green thing points his forefinger at the lantern. The flame turns green. When the 6 are seated, the leader points one by one at each of the 7 beggars, shooting out his forefinger at them. As he does this, each beggar in his turn gathers himself back onto his throne and crosses his legs. His right arm goes stiffly upward with forefinger erect, and a staring look of horror comes into his eyes. In this attitude, the beggars sit motionless, while a green light falls upon their faces. The gods go out.
Presently enter the citizens, some with victuals and fruit. One touches a beggar's arm, and then another's.
They're cold. They've turned to stone.
All abase themselves, foreheads to the floor.
We have doubted them! We have doubted them! They've turned to stone because we've doubted them!
They were the true gods.
They were the true gods.